Hey guys, this is The Great Gamer. Today I'm going to be doing my entire device collection, late May 2023. So, first off, we have is a 64GB iPhone 10. As you can see, everything is fully functional on it. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm recording on my 10R. Yeah, works good. Next up, we have an iPhone SE 2nd gen. It also works perfectly. If you're wondering about the battery health for this iPhone 10, it is 87. It's been at 87 for a long time. And if you're wondering about the battery health for the SE 2020, here you go. It's at 89% battery health, as you can see. And next up, we have an iPhone 8. With 86% battery health. I'm just going to go through these quick. This is an iPhone 7 with 83. As you can see. And next up, we have my main Apple Watch Series 4. The band, I didn't really like the band for it, so I kind of switched to using this band here, from the Series 0. Okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Here's the 7 Plus. As you can see, it works perfectly fine. Here's my iOS 5.0 iPod Touch 4th gen. Just to prove it's on 5.0 here. Next up, we have this iPod Touch 6th gen 128GB. Don't really want to show anybody's personal information. Perfectly working. I just made it look like it's on iOS 16. Nothing really special. Here I have an LG Journey. I don't really care about this because it's slow. Next up, I have an iPod Touch 4th gen with YouTube working on it. The old YouTube app works perfectly fine on here. Well, usually. See. That's for a future video though. And I have this iPod Touch 1st gen. It works perfectly fine. Just believe me. And here I have is a iPhone 4. Yeah, and it's on iOS 6.1. Jailbroken, working perfectly fine, besides the little bit of an iffy home button, but other than that, works good. Next up, we have this Samsung Galaxy S7, 32GB, works fine. Next up, we have this. It doesn't really work the best, but whatever. It's like a Samsung slider phone. So we do have this iPhone 2G that I bet you all want to see. It does indeed turn on. Let me just wipe off the screen. So as you can see, it is jailbroken and booting. I have like the last compatible versions of apps on here. So this will take up some time of the video because the iPhone 1st generation takes like, I don't know, 4 minutes to boot probably. So for you wondering, here it is. Just waiting for it to show the slide to unlock. Works perfectly fine. Has old apps on it. Just gonna turn it off. Sound works. Everything works. Next up, we have this Bluetooth speaker that's waterproof. It works perfectly fine. I just don't have it charged. Next up, we have a pretty good phone. We have an iPhone 12, 64 gigabytes, product red, as you can see from the camera lens. I have a new case on it though, and the battery health is 87, as you can see right there. Works perfectly fine. I'm considering to upgrade to the 15 this year, or 14 Pro. And next up we have is this Google Pixel 3a, works perfectly fine. Galaxy S4, I restored it, works perfectly fine. iPhone 6s, works perfectly fine. Battery health 97, works good. iPhone 5s, works good. Just kind of customized it to look like it's on iOS 15 or 16, but it's not really. Here's an SE first gen on iOS 14, jailbroken, works good. Galaxy J1 works good. iPhone 3GS, my childhood phone. iPhone 4, sorry, works perfectly fine on 6.1.3, and that's pretty much all. There's this broken LG G5, LG G4, I don't really use it that much. iPod Touch 4, don't really use it that much. Alcatel phone died from a water test a long time ago. Wait, is this a 3G or... No, this is the 3GS. This is a 3G I got from Elias, or Meowtech, and it works, but the Wi-Fi doesn't work on it anymore for some weird reason. Next up, we have is my Apple Watch Series 0, 38 millimeters. I'm just going to show the passcode because I don't really care. And as you can see, it works. Next up, we have this LG Cosmos 3. I might have already gone over this. This iPod Touch 7th Gen. It works perfectly fine. Sorry guys, my back is hurting a little bit, so... You know what, I'll just turn it on for you guys, since that's probably what you want. As you can see, works, got it for 2020 Christmas. Hold on, guys. As you can see, works perfectly fine. I'm just gonna turn it right off. Next up, we have this iPod Touch 5th Gen that has a really bad battery. But other than that, it works perfectly fine. It's in this OtterBox case. And this broken LG Cosmos 3. And we have this HTC Desire something. It works perfectly fine. iPod Touch 2nd Gen, 2009 model, works perfectly fine. iPhone 5C works perfectly fine. Custom iOS 7 iPod Touch 1st generation. I'm going to show you this one since it's kind of a special one. So, just waiting for it to boot. It's booting. As you can see, iOS 7 actual logo. Like, I'm not even joking. Here you go. It has White Door OS. Sorry about that. Works perfectly fine. And yeah, pretty cool. Got it for $11.99. Here's an iPad Nano 1st Gen. It works perfectly fine. It just has a really iffy battery, and these things don't even have good batteries in the first place. So next up, I have a iPad Mini 2 on iOS 10. It works perfectly fine. Not going to update it, hopefully, as long as it doesn't. And an iPad Air 3, this is my main iPad. iPad Air 2 works perfectly fine. Don't really feel like turning it on right now, but it's a 128 gigabyte. I've shown it in previous videos. So, yeah. And next up, we have this iPad 2nd Gen. It works perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. iPad 6th Gen works perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's on like 16.5 beta 1 still. So now I'm gonna go over. Oh wait, we have this Samsung phone here. It works, but it has a bad port. We have this Verizon thing that I don't know what it is. We have this wireless charger. It works. With this little power bank, it works. And next, we have this iPhone SE 1st generation that I really destroyed. It's iCloud locked on iOS 11. It's useless. And here's an iPhone 5. It's dead on charge, so no point, really. I don't really care about it either. I'm just gonna get it restored someday. I have these two LG flip phones. They're from my childhood. I have this. I don't really care about it. It's just an iPod Touch 4th Gen that I kind of broke. And two iPod Touch 2nd Gens. They're kind of boring, so. One is on 3.1.3 though, so that's pretty cool. And this is an iPhone 4. GSM works perfectly fine, just besides stock power button. Moto Razr from 2005 doesn't work, unfortunately, but still pretty cool. White iPhone 4 CDMA kind of works, just the screen's broken. So here I have is an iPhone 5 that has water damage, and it needs to be fixed. Here's a bent in half, almost iPhone 5, but it works, I think, on the logic board, probably, but I can't say for sure. This Galaxy S1, it actually works. It's just I kind of broke this some more. It needs fixed. This iPod Touch 2nd Gen that I raged at. I don't really want to say why, but I raged at it. Next I have this fake Fitbit that just got dropped in water and doesn't work anymore. Next I have this Moto E4. I destroyed it. Galaxy i10e, I destroyed it. iPhone 3GS works fine. iPhone 4 works fine. iPhone 4S works great, actually. iPhone 4. Yeah, iPhone 4, I believe. Yeah, it's an iPhone 4 GSM, and it works. This one is actually just some random one. Next up, we have is my MacBook Air 2020. As you can see, it works perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. As you can see. Unfortunately, the screen died on my iBook G3. Sad face, so yeah, rest in peace. It was my childhood laptop. I'll get it fixed by like a repair technician someday, maybe. But, yeah. So, oh, and I also have this Nintendo Switch. It works perfectly fine, but it's still on charge. And I have this Samsung phone that I don't know what it's called, but I drop tested it, so that's why it looks like that. So, yeah. Okay, guys, like, this is almost it for this video, but I do want to mention something. Here's a few more devices that I have. I have a couple of watches down here that don't really work, but I just collect them because I can. And okay, guys, and that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm recording at 10R, by the way, with 98% health. And bye. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I forgot to include one device, and it's the iPod Classic 5th Gen. And hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.